Hello and welcome to the Citron Tech video, where today I'll be showing you how to install Ubuntu 9.04 Desktop Edition or 8.04 or any other version, if you wish, onto a virtual machine and VMware Workstation. So to do this, the first thing we want to do is that we want to get the essentials. Number one, you would need a Ubuntu DVD or CD and VMware Workstation. Some of the specs that you need is about 200 to 700 megabytes of RAM and some extra hard disk space for this. So once you open up VMware Workstation, you should either click New Machine, or if you don't see that, go to hit Control N. That will open up your new virtual machine wizard. Select Custom, Workstation 6.5. Here, select I will install the operating system later. Select Linux for the guest operating system, and go to Ubuntu or Ubuntu 64-bit. Hit Next. Give it a name, so in this case I'll name it Ubuntu Video Tutorial. Go next. One processor. I'll give it 700 megabytes to make it faster on install. Use Network Address Translation NAT. Select the recommended for the I/O adapter. Create a new virtual disk. Use a recommended virtual disk type. And give it about 10 gigabytes, I think is way enough for it, depending on what you're going to do, and give it a virtual disk's name and space. So I'll just go ahead and stick it right into my folder here, hit Next, and then hit Finish, and power it on. Now you can go ahead and insert in your Ubuntu DVD or CD, and wait for your machine to essentially boot up. Now the next thing you want to do is, while it's booting up, in the corner here, right-click on your CD-ROM, and hit Settings. It also says CD-ROM even if you have a DVD drive. Now you can either use a physical drive or an ISO image. I'll be using a physical drive. In this case, it'll be E. Now if you guys hear any background noise in this video, then it is my DVD drive. Once you've done that, go ahead and right click on your tab here and hit Reset, or hit Control R. Go ahead and reset the machine and wait for it to load. Now you get the Ubuntu logo, and now you want to click once on your virtual machine, select your language, so in this case English, and hit Install Ubuntu. You can also do Try Ubuntu without any change to your computer. There's no point of that if you're in a virtual machine. So go to Install Ubuntu, and let that load up. Now in this video, I will be skipping some parts because I don't want you guys to get bored while watching this video. So for example, this loading part, I will skip part of it until it finishes loading. Okay, so now you guys should get to your little Ubuntu background and wait for the installer wizard to load in. Okay, so now that we are at our little installation guide, select your language, in this case it's English, and hit forward. Next you want to go ahead and select your time zone. I'll just select America, New York right away because it is the exact same time as here in Canada. Well, in my region of Canada. Hit forward and then hit select suggested option USA keyboard or any other language that you guys might have to use. It's going to go ahead and set up your partitioner and go ahead and hit forward. Use the entire disk. Now you're going to have to type in your names, for example, Citron Tech. Type in a password, Citron Tech. No, wait, the password they actually limited, so I'll just type in Citron. And then for this password, I'll type in Citron as well. Name of this computer, Citron Desktop or Citron Video VM. VM stands for virtual machine, by the way. And then just select login automatically if you want to log in automatically, which is essentially in a virtual machine the best thing to do. Hit forward, and then the password contains. So you can either use a weak password or continue. So I'll just use a weak password. Since it's a virtual machine, unless you're going to virtual machine a server and make it really secure, then you guys want to make a good password. Now we'll go ahead and hit install, and it will start your install. So basically this can take from 10 minutes to an hour, I think, depending on what kind of specs you gave it, depending on what kind of virtual machine, depending on your actual machine. So once that's installed, it should either reboot automatically, and if you guys during this process, if you guys ever get just a black screen, blackout during the installation, go into your virtual machine and move your mouse around, because it's essentially just blanking out the screen as like a screensaver, okay? So if it blanks out, don't restart it. Click once over the virtual machine, move your mouse around in it, and it will start showing up again. And also, you guys can go ahead and hit Control-Alt and go into your other virtual machine like Vista and play around with that as well. And you can also minimize it into your taskbar or something, and there you go. So once that's all installed, it will reboot it or launch up Ubuntu, and you guys can do anything, install viruses, do whatever you want. You have a virtual machine. And anything like viruses cannot travel from the virtual machine to your desktop, since it is using a virtual hard drive. Thanks for watching this Cytron Tech video, and I hope that you guys had a successful install on Ubuntu. If you guys have any errors, you guys can either contact Ubuntu support or use the forums, or message me on YouTube or leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this Cytron Tech installation virtual machine video. More coming soon. Bye.